All right, it's 12:01. Welcome to the Oil Stream here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Dustin, Nielson, and YouTube Trev with you. We're going to get you back to EST afternoons from 1 until 3, and then the Reed Wilkins Show today from 3 until 6. Reed is on vacation today. The Oil Stream is brought to you by Boston Pizza, and summer menu still rolling on, at least for the rest of this month. So you got about a week to still get done. Can you believe it's almost September already?
I can.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, crazy. The summer menu at Boston Pizza is locked and loaded still for another month. It's delicious. I'm going to hit that queso burger after the Oil Stream today, so that should be good. We had Rip City Step was here, hit the haddock sandwich. That was good.
Rip? I told him I'd wave at him.
Tracy Ham and Eggs went with the Boston Brute. Abutsky and Mrs. Abutsky got their pizza over there.
Nice.
And so I go over there to say hi to Abutsky and Mrs. Abutsky.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there, and they're kind of looking at me, and then Abutsky he looks at it, he goes, say it to him. Say it to him. And I said, what? And she goes, what's up, man?
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's definitely stuck in my head,
like,
too.
Oh, here we go.
What's up, man?
Yeah, if you are listening to the Oil Stream podcast later, it's a bit from the Nielson show earlier today.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's a real one.
Oh yeah, that was legitimately funny. I thought that was
pretty funny.
That was very good. All right, if you are watching over on YouTube today, feel free to comment in the comments section, and we'll get to a few of those. We got actually pretty fun. You know, it's funny. Like 2.5 hours ago, we were talking like, oh, what are we going to talk about today?
Yep.
But then the show's packed.
Yeah,
jam-packed.
It is a jam-packed show.
It's a jam-packed show. It's brought to you by Boston Pizza. We're at the Capilano location, so if you are in the area today and you want to swing by for lunch, feel free to swing by for lunch. And if you are getting a beverage, I will throw it on my tab for you as well. All right, so where do we want to start? So here's some things we're going to get to today. We got the for the numbers game for Play Alberta. We are going to dive into the Canada under-25 team that Sportsnet put together. Some Oilers content on there that surprised you.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
So we'll get into that a little bit. I think it says more about the state of our country than it does this conversation, but we'll definitely get into that. And then
I love how you look. I'm looking at your notes. I love how you lay out the show.
Well, it's just pretty plain notes, man.
Well, yeah. Well, you'd see mine. Mine's not like that at all. Like, this is what I got.
Well, you do it all on the computer, eh?
Yeah. This is
That's still a lot of notes.
It's notes, but it's a little bit different.
More notes than...
how's it going, man?
See you later, man.
Right on. Have a good one.
That's nice. It's more notes than others have had in the past, I guess is what I'll say. So I do appreciate that. All right. If you were watching over on the Nasty Chat, chime in there. You can text us at 780-218-9999. So we're gonna look at that Sportsnet Canada under-25 team. We're gonna drop the hammer. We will get into that for hammer injury law. I've decided that if Babcock's really gonna coach this team like Leon Draisaitl wants him to, let's say you want to drop the hammer on Connor and Leon as a coach, first time coaching them, split them up on the power play. Oh, that's when you know I'm in control of this team. Yeah, just be like, let's just split this up. Yeah. Never had a unit that could play the last 30 seconds. Let's just split up. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Nor should it happen. No. I mean, you leave those guys together. They're brilliant. But I figured if he wants to drop the hammer, dueling power plays. Yeah, so I've put together 2 different power play units. You're going to tell me which one's better. So we're getting into that.
I haven't seen any of these.
And then we're going to get into Popeye Spicy headlines, and that will be Leon Draisaitl finally getting to be coached. So that's
first time in his career.
First time in his career, he's had an opportunity to be coached. So we'll get into that as well. But like I said, you can text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to a few of your text messages. If you have any questions, feel free to throw those in here as well. We can certainly get to those as we work our way through the show as well. What are you gonna get to eat here at BP's later, Trev? What are you thinking?
Man. You know what? I'll probably go with the Thai wrap.
Crispy. A strong choice
with a Caesar salad. That's
nice.
Usually my go-to.
You're a healthy boy.
Yeah. But the last time I was here, not at this Boston Pizza, it was 2 weeks ago. just at a Boston Pizza near my place. I got the barbecue bacon burger, and oh, dude, it was so good. It was right up my alley.
You loved it?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. When I started working at BP's, they had it on the menu, and I got it all the time. I'm pretty sure they took it off, and this was the first time I've seen it in a while.
So
it was back.
You want a Boston Pizza hot take?
Yeah, tell me.
I think Boston Pizza iced tea is the best iced tea you can get anywhere.
Really?
I do.
Nice.
I do. This is my second one. I'm going to have a big, long pee later. But I swear to God, Boston Pizza iced tea just hits differently. It just does.
It was a problem. I had to stay away from the fountain.
Right? How good is it?
Because I was drinking it so much.
Man,
I was drinking on the job.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is really good iced tea.
Max Bazuzu says, I'm not for splitting up the best power play of the last few years just to prove a point. I told you they weren't going to do it. I'm not saying I would do it.
Yeah.
But I think it would be funny if you dropped the hammer. And that's the second we're going to do, to be like, let's just switch this thing up.
Can you imagine what would their faces be in the locker room?
I know.
Well, just to the players.
Here's PP1. Here's PP2.
Oh, we're going to split you guys
What
up.
is this?
Splitting you up.
I think you might be more effective.
Split up. Coach, what do you mean? No, coach. Mike back up.
Got to hold this best power play of all time accountable. Yeah. All right, and then we have the. You got something off the top here. What were we gonna do?
You want to do that? Right
yeah, let's get that. Let's get that.
Okay. Yeah.
So I haven't seen this. I like to do guessing games and surprising things, and then we'll go to the headlines. We'll drop the hammer. We'll do the numbers game. We'll get to some of your text messages at 780-218-9999. Spruce Grove Corey says, "Oh, a queso burger would hit well today, but he's out in Toefield and there's no Boston Pizza there. Hashtag Small Town Tuesday."
Yeah,
that's the rule. If a town has a Boston Pizza, it's not technically a small town anymore. Okay. All right, what did you find on the internet today as you were prepping for the show?
Yes, the season is upon us. A month away, which is kind of crazy, or at least for.
I can't believe
preseason.
I can't believe that week of September.
I know. It's felt like one long spring. It just hasn't stopped.
It just hasn't gone. Now it's going right into the fall now.
Long spring right into fall. So not ideal, but usually around this time of year is when you get, we saw it with the NHL 27 or 26, with the ratings. Well, NHL media, they decided to drop their top 10 centers.
This is the NHL.com crew?
Yes.
Okay.
Or NHL Network.
NHL Network, which is different, I think.
I think it is different.
I think they operate as somewhat separate entities sometimes, or they used to.
Yeah. So we've got two lists.
Okay.
We've got EJ Hradek.
Okay. Longtime writer.
Yep. And then we've got Mike Rupp. Okay. I don't mind Mike Rupp, actually. He's pretty solid. But I think it's not even close in my opinion. Mike Rupp's is way better. Way better. So I want you to guess his. Or would you say?
I won't do an order, but I'll try to guess all 10.
Yeah. Let's do that, right? Because you're not probably going to. Yeah. Okay, fair. And then we'll laugh at EJ's after because it is pretty laughable. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's well, he was the one who's like, I'm going to do it for clickbait.
Maybe that's probably what it is because it's kind of
all right. No, I won't say technically. I'll just kind of, I guess, blind rate.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid, where's he go?
Number 1.
Okay, Draisaitl.
Number 3.
Okay, Barkov.
Number 5.
Yeah, I like Barkov.
You can have my hot takes.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to cheat here. Let me just bring up. I'm not cheating. I'm just bringing up daily face-off so I can just look at.
Yeah,
I just want to look at like the teams, and then that'll make me think.
That's the thing. It's a lot easier.
All right, let's see. Oh, Nathan McKinnon.
Yep, number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna start pumping them out here.
Nick Suzuki.
Number 8.
Good.
Good.
Suzuki. Sidney Crosby.
He is at 7.
Oh, all right.
Still got it. 94.
Okay, I'm still perfect so far.
Yes, you are. You are perfect. You'll always be perfect. You're missing. Oh yeah, you got it.
I'm missing number 4 on this list.
Yep. You're gonna be like, oh, it's one of those ones.
Who am I missing?
You're gonna be like, oh,
who am I?
God, Dustin, you got it.
Who am I missing?
See what the Nasties are doing. Nasties play long.
Not St. Louis. Celebrini.
Yep.
Yeah, what was I doing? You're
that
right.
Was it.
Okay, so I've got 7 of them.
Yep. You got 1, 2.
Austin Matthews on that list.
10.
Okay,
coming in at
thought
number
he
10.
might still be hanging in there.
Yep.
2 guys left.
I had a good Matthews question for you.
This one, I don't know. He doesn't get a lot of love, but is Mark Scheifele on this list?
No.
Which is, damn it.
He
had a great year last year.
Yeah, he should have been on Team Canada. I stand by
that. So no Scheifele.
That's sad. He still wasn't. Yeah. Water under the fridge.
Who else would be on this list?
There are one's out east, one's west.
Okay, one's out east. No, not Leo Carlson.
Nope.
Okay, because I traded for him. I always gonna be a big deal someday. Okay, not
He will be on
not
this
Calgary.
one day. Not that team.
Not that team. Okay.
No.
And I'm not looking at the YouTube chat either. I'm trying to guess
Yeah,
this.
no. I can.
Trying to guess this one on my own.
I'm making sure he's doing this.
In the West. Who am I looking at in the West?
You're gonna be like, oh, okay, for this one as well. I think maybe.
Neither of those guys.
Nope.
Not there. Oh, Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely Eichel.
Yeah.
Is he at 6?
He's at 9.
He's at 9. So there's a better.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Eichel is at 6. Sorry.
Okay. So Eichel. So
I
there's
gotcha.
another guy in the East.
Yeah.
Who's below or ahead of Austin Matthews, but behind Nick Suzuki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this guy. I think when he's on, he's one of the best players in the world.
What?
He had a stint 2 years ago where he led. I think it was 2 years ago. Maybe it was 3, but he led the league in scoring for the first 2 months, and he did something that not even Connor McDavid did to start that season.
What?
That good. He's a little bit younger-ish, early or mid 20s, I think.
Oh, this is killing me.
Not that team.
Not that team?
No. Right?
Oh, Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Damn it. I forgot about Hughes.
Yeah, he's a lot of
Man.
people do.
I think it's being a New Jersey Devil.
Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty strong list.
That's a good list.
That's not a bad
I think
list.
that covers all.
I should have.
Like the only one, Mark Scheifele, maybe you want him in there. Matthews at 10. It's crazy. Matthews at 10, which is fair though, after the season he just had. But it's, you know what, it was interesting. I saw this on the line yesterday. I was doom scrolling, and I think it was Sid Sixero that said this. Like, what does his next contract look like if he follows up another 26 goal, 60-point season, but he plays all 82 games? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that goes down substantially. Sorry, got sidetracked there. But
No, that's okay. So this is so how many different players are there on Hradek's list?
Different players.
So McDavid at 1, Draisaitl at 3. I mean, that top 4 is
I don't think
pretty certain.
there's no different players. It's just the order that I completely.
Is the same 10 guys?
Yeah.
But his order's crazy, you think?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, well, let me try to guess the crazy order.
Okay.
McKinnon at 1.
Nope.
Okay, so McDavid at 1.
Yep.
McKinnon at 2.
Yep.
Celebrini at 3.
Yep.
Okay. Draisaitl at 4.
Nope.
Suzuki at 4.
Nope.
Barkov at 4.
Nope.
Eichel at 4.
Yeah.
Too high.
And then 5 you already said.
No, sorry. Eichel was 5.
No, Eichel was 4.
Draisaitl was 5?
No,
Who am I missing? I
you got it.
5.
Yeah.
No.
that's the 4.
Who are the top 5?
The top 5, you haven't said it yet. It's Nick Suzuki. It's 5.
So he's ahead of Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
That's not
I
like-
did guess Suzuki
you
at
did,
4.
you
I
did.
think it was something crazy. So then Draisaitl 6?
No.
What?
I know. That's why I'm like.
Barkov?
Yeah.
Draisaitl 7.
Yeah.
Too low.
Yeah.
And then what do we got here? Crosby?
No.
Hughes.
No.
Matthews?
Yeah.
Lame. Crosby at 9?
Yeah.
Hughes
That's
at 10.
Jackers, Yeah.
Huh.
I know. That's what I was like.
Draisaitl?
He has Draisaitl. Like, nothing to get. Like, I'm sorry, but Draisaitl's top 5 center. He's
He's
top 3
He's a
center,
top 5.
right?
I think he's a top 5 center.
For sure.
I could have a little bit of time here.
For Suzuki, is that what you're saying?
Well, no, like Celebrini's pretty
No, he's
damn legit. Like,
yes. I'm okay with.
I could have-
I like this list. The first one, Mike Rob.
yeah, I don't hate the first, but I also am okay with Celebrini being ahead of Draisaitl.
Yeah.
I would be. I mean, Celebrini had an absolutely phenomenal year. He's
Yeah.
better defensively than Leon. I know everybody wants to be, well, Leon going to sell.
I think
it's
he
not
could
the case.
drive.
It's never going to happen.
Like, for him to do that, like, there's no way Leon Draisaitl would have been able to have a 115-point season as a second year.
No.
Like,
No.
yeah, he's not that.
No,
capable.
Celebrini's on a different level, right?
Yeah, I agree.
At least like right now, you might just say it's like even, but
Just because
Celebrini's got that. I mean, Leon's won a ton of stuff.
And
too,
then
but
see, just the thing is, like, the conversation.
I think
is
it's
like,
got to be those top 4 though. Like,
Yeah.
nothing against Eichel and Suzuki and Barkov.
I still
Mind
would,
you, I might take a healthy Barkov even ahead of healthy Leon.
yeah.
If you're just starting a franchise,
Yeah.
and it's just standalone,
Right.
I could have time for that conversation of Celebrini and Barkov being chosen ahead of Leon,
Yeah.
but none of those other guys.
No, but you bring in this, like, I know it's playoffs and regular season, but like Leon has the edge for almost every player in the playoffs.
This is an interesting one. 83 runner says, I would put Draisaitl over McDavid at the center position. Connor doesn't take the important draws that Leon does.
Yeah,
So he's saying, as a true center, he would have Leon higher, but as an overall top 10 players ranking,
okay,
they would have Connor higher, which that's fun. That's
I like that.
yeah, that's good. All right, well,
that was fun.
Let's do. Let me see here. Let's do Popeye's spicy headlines. Isn't it cool how I control the studio?
It is pretty cool.
When we're back there,
I wish I had that power.
Never, Trev. All right, so Leon Draisaitl was on the European Players Tour and was asked about his head coach, Mike Babcock. And this is going to be your Popeye Spicy headlines. Grab the $5.99 big meal for a limited time only. Mini chicken sandwich or 2 candies, plus a biscuit and a drink for just $5.99 at participating Popeyes locations. This was Leon's quote. Says, I think he's got a very clear plan, and I think he holds guys accountable. I think to him, it's not about who it is when it comes to accountability, Like, we're looking to be coached. We're looking to get better, and I sometimes deserve to be yelled at too. Just like anyone else does. I don't think Babs is going to care overly much who we are in terms of that. I think sometimes that's needed. Trev, your initial thoughts on that comment from Leon Draisaitl?
Well, the first thing I'm thinking of right now is what's the movie where he's like, I quit, bleep you, bleep you, bleep you, you're cool, bleep you, I quit. And then have you seen that? Is it Half Baked? Oh, I forget what movie that is.
Oh, yeah.
F
you're
you,
cool.
F you.
You're cool.
So is that like Babcock or Knobloch, like in the locker room after a terrible period? Bouchard, screw you. Leon, you're cool. Screw you. I'm done.
Man, what movie is that?
I forget the movie.
Screw you. You're cool.
Screw you. I'm out. But like
somebody will know. In the nasty chatter, texted in 780-218-9999.
I'm just pulling that out. Like, did he ever get crap? Did Connor and Leon? Like, I never got that sense from Chris Knobloch. I always, and I really did. And who knows? I'm just speculating here, but I really do think that he believes, maybe Knobloch didn't have the cojones, the balls to yell at Connor and I every now and then, but he was kind of taking it out on other people. Mike Babcock's he doesn't care, right? And I feel like maybe Chris Knobloch, he cared a little too much. And so that's different. But as far as
Half Baked, good call.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I only watched that movie once. But yeah, so I think like that's like the biggest thing I'm taking away from it. Like, honestly, who knows, man? The more and more I was after the Nielson show, I was like sitting, getting some writing done. Like, he could have just answered it, and then he could have been just driving home. And then he could, like, who knows? He could have been like, maybe that wasn't the best answer. Like, I'm probably going to get ripped for that. Like, sometimes I say things, I'm like, I don't know why I said that. So there is maybe a little bit of that, but because it's what brings me to that point is it's simply not true. It's not true. Like, he has been coached, maybe the last 2 coaches, he's forgotten that he was ripped on by Todd McClellan. He's forgotten that he was definitely ripped on by Dave Tippett. Because those guys absolutely for sure ripped on him. I watched a video of Todd McClellan just ripping into him in his second or third year, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's just been so long since they've had that kind of coach that he forgot that, maybe it'll come back to him. He's like,
that's the thing. Like, you can't, I don't know, just they all are kind of making it sound like they've never been held accountable by any coach. Leon Draisaitl's had Dallas Aikens as a rookie.
Yeah.
Was he on the team when Todd Nelson took over, or was he sent down then and sent back? I'm not sure Todd Nelson actually ever.
No,
coached
he didn't.
Leon.
He didn't. But it was the same season.
It was the same season.
Yeah.
But Leon was gone.
Yeah.
Nelson took over.
Yeah.
So I don't think Todd Nelson actually coached.
No, he didn't.
So you're looking at Aikens, McClellan, briefly Hitchcock, Tippett, Woodcroft, and Knobloch.
Yeah.
And the way that these guys are talking about this new coach is like none of these guys have ever held them accountable ever.
Yeah.
And I just find that hard to believe. Like, I can't live in a world where these guys, we're not winning because we've never been held accountable.
Yeah.
Like, and part of it goes as a leadership group. That part of the conversation shouldn't get out.
Yeah, no,
Like you
I
should,
agree.
like accountability has to start with some of the players themselves.
Yeah,
And
that's probably
they got to drive that a little bit, I think. So,
yeah, and that's probably something that I like. Keep that in the room. Like, you don't have to say that. Like, I'm all for, taking the blame as opposed to pointing fingers. And I feel like they've done a lot of pointing fingers lately.
Jamming 33 says, I feel like he's right. I honestly don't think they have legit been yelled at.
Within the last two coaches, then see, that's the thing. I've watched video as well of Chris Knobloch like absolutely ripping it to the whole team. Like, he was pissed.
Like in behind the scenes video.
Yeah. Like the doors were closed, and he's just what the, and but that he wasn't like pointing out one specific player necessarily in this video. So, and like that's the thing I will say. Like, I honestly do think that Knobloch kind of shied away from holding the players accountable just because of who they were, like Connor and Leon. Like, they've been here for so long. Like, maybe he thought that, and I know it's just players, but I mean, we're seeing it this offseason. They kind of do have a say in who's in charge.
They hired this.
Yeah, so that's why he's probably like, you guys have all the time you want, have all the. He was, maybe he was a little worried to do anything, which should not be the case at all.
Okay, but this whole accountability conversation, what does it lead to in changes? Do you think? Like, to me, Connor and Leon, I think, are like, we want to be held accountable, and I would hope that means to play defense more committed.
Yeah.
Like to do the little things.
Yeah, I agree.
Because what other elements do they need to be held accountable?
Yeah,
the
see,
power
that's the
play
thing.
is fine. Their offensive game's fine.
Yeah,
to me,
defense.
It comes down
strictly
to
defense.
They want what it would be benched if they don't skate back hard on the back check. Is that basically what this is?
Yeah,
that type of thing.
I think so. Like, I definitely think like the biggest changes you'll see is going to be minutes, like minute distribution, like late in games. I don't think Mike Babcock is going to be riding Connor and Leon nearly as much. And I know that's been the thing for how many years now, but I think that's going to be a change, but that has nothing to do with accountability. I think the accountability aspect, it's just going to be the giveaways. I think that hopefully that's going to go down a lot. Like, every giveaway, you're off the ice for like a minute.
You think that's going to happen?
Well,
you think Leon Draisaitl is going to throw a backhand pass across the zone, and Mike Babcock's going to be like, sit down?
Yeah, if it leads to a goal. If it leads to a goal,
maybe.
And if it's like a big, like, if it has a huge impact on the game, yeah, I could see that being the case.
I'll still believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I know.
I'll believe it when I see it. Like, it is easier said than done. But you have to realize that these players that want to be held accountable also are players who are allowed to pick their own coach.
Yeah.
How does accountability come when they go, hey, you need to be more accountable, but go get your boss?
Yeah.
Why would they like, if we were sitting around, and I told you, Trev, I'm going to hire somebody that you're going to have to report to, and he's going to hold you accountable, but you get to choose him.
Yeah.
Are you going to actually feel like this dude can hold you accountable? In a real life situation?
Well,
I don't think so.
It depends on the coach. Like, it's Mike Babcock. We're not talking about
the same coach that nobody's touched in 3 years.
Because he's a little too harsh. That's probably why. I had a really good point I was going to counter that argument with. It'll come back to me. But
I think if Connor and Leon wanted to not turn the puck over or back check harder, they would have done it in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Just because they want to win so badly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so what is Knobloch sitting there going, hey, Leon, don't worry about going back that hard here. Connor, you can fly the zone here. That's okay. Because that's what they like to do. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody's just sort of throwing Knobloch under the bus, and it's a free pass for all the players who've not been able to get it done under 6 different coaches.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect of it. And that's what I said. Like, the finger pointing, it's been a little too much for my liking as of late. But I will say, like, Connor and Leon, they are athletes. Like, they're athletes, but they are competitors. So that's what the word I wanted to say there. And not just, all these athletes are competitive, but they are ultra competitive. They want to push themselves to the brink. And I think a Babcock does that a little bit more. I remember Drew Doughty, he said it on, I brought this up with Reed earlier in the summer, but he hated, like, in his prime, he was one of the best defensemen in the world, and he wanted to be the best defenseman in the world. And Daryl Sutter, kind of a hard ass kind of coach, he came in, and I think it was during the playoffs, and they were going up against, maybe it was Chicago or it was Boston. It was talking about Chara or Duncan Keith, something like that. Daryl Sutter comes in and he's like, "Oh, guys, like the defenseman on the other side, that is the best defenseman in the world. It's not even close." And he's like looking right at Drew Doughty when he's saying this. He's like, "Oh, it's not even close." And like that fired Drew Doughty up. Like he's like, and he hated it. He's like, "That pissed me off so much, man." But after I look back at where I am in my career, and I noticed that he was just pushing me in ways that a coach never has before. So maybe that's an aspect that Babcock brings in.
Yeah, maybe it is, but they've been here for 10 and 11 years.
I know
they've had a bunch of different coaches, and now they handpicked their own coach.
Yeah.
Why is this all of a sudden going to be different? I don't think it is.
Is Babcock a one of one? He's a unicorn, Dusty. That's why.
Deskra says star players on other teams are way more involved on these decisions than you lead on, Dusty. It's not just there. Okay, you maybe say that stuff behind the scenes, but when has it ever been this? Like no coaching thing has ever been handled like the Oilers coaching thing was handled this year.
No, not in my lifetime.
You got Stoff going out, and Stoff is the voice of the team. You had him going out, and they obviously are telling him, "Hey, man, go let it be known that this is the guy that these guys want." And they sat down and interviewed him. Like,
yeah.
No, Sam Bowman at the year end said, they're not going to be involved in the interview process. And then they were involved in the interview process. So that's I understand what you're saying. And players in different sports have influence on coaches, but no coaching search. Like, tell me another coaching search in the last 10 years in the National Hockey League that was handled the way that this coaching search was. The answer is zero. Not one of them.
From start to finish.
So I don't know. I'm not buying into it. And that's why I don't think anything will be different from an accountability perspective, because Connor McDavid is the most pertinent person in the organization. Connor McDavid chose this coach. What Connor McDavid wants is what Connor McDavid is going to get. And if Connor McDavid wants to continue to play the way he is and playing 22 minutes a night, that's not going to change.
Well,
you can say it's going to change, but
that's what Mike. That's what Babcock told him. You say this now, Connor.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a very unique situation, which is why I'm hesitant to all of a sudden think. It was a unique situation. What they've been saying after is kind of a little weird to me.
It is.
So that's why I guess I'm a little more hesitant than.
Would you say if anyone was going to do it, if anyone's going to do it, this is the guy that's going to do it, though?
He won a Stanley Cup when you were like 11, or 10 or 9. Yeah. So no, I don't think if anybody's going to do it, this guy's going to do it.
No, not about the winning. No, but
the accountability thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just watched a guy do a press conference where he didn't even hold himself accountable.
Yeah.
So why would things change? Like, you think this guy's changed? This guy hasn't changed.
No.
And he didn't really hold himself accountable for his previous actions. So why is that going to be any different now?
Yeah.
So no, I don't think if it's ever going to happen, it's this guy. I think it has to be those two guys doing it themselves. You said it.
Yeah.
They're incredibly competitive athletes. If they haven't decided themselves that if we're going to win a Stanley Cup, I have to not leave the zone so quickly in key moments, then why is Babcock going to change that?
Yeah.
Connor McDavid is like a hockey savant. He knows where he's supposed to be everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's interesting.
Anyway, that was Popeye's spicy headlines.
Oh, it's spicy.
Leon Draisaitl saying that they're looking to be coached.
We totally just got spicy there.
Well, not that spicy.
You feel that?
Oh, I could be spicier, Trev.
Okay, well, we got a whole season. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot going on.
Yeah, I was just talking to Rip. Like, that's got to be my favorite storyline heading into the season.
The coach stuff?
Oh, yeah.
There's so much discussion about this.
Like, it's going to be like Reed just in there talking. Yeah. Like, what's that going to be like? Does Reed get ripped for his shoes? Does Babcock just go in there? Like, how quick does he make out of pocket comments? Pretty quick, I'd like to think.
Babcock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, very quickly. Very quickly. It's going to be a great bit. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The whole season is going to be a ton of fun, and the Oilers have provided us with that conversation. We'll see if he's the missing piece, I guess. All right, let's drop the hammer for Hammer Injury Law. Serious injuries need the hammer. Visit hammerinjurylaw.ca today. 1-855-98-HAMMER. That is 1-855-98-HAMMER. This is just a fun little game to play. This is not us sitting here on the Oil Stream today going, Oilers should break up the most amazing power play ever. Because they shouldn't. I wouldn't really change much on the power play at all. But just for August 24th's sake, I've divided up McDavid and Draisaitl onto separate power plays. And I will give you the 2 power plays, and you will tell me which power play would you want on the ice more to score a tying goal in the final moments of a game.
Whatever one has I Coward. I was just joking.
I do have I Coward on this
Okay,
list.
I was going to be very sad if he wasn't on there.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Power play A. I'm not even going to call them 1 and 2. It's power play A and power play also A. Connor McDavid.
I know. Okay.
Zach Hyman. Matt Savoy. Ike Howard. Jake Wallman.
Oh,
that's one option. That's one power play option. Okay. So it would be McDavid buzzing around, Hyman net front, Savoy, one-timer, far side, Howard in the bumper with the shot, and then Wallman's your point man on that power play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's your first option. And you can play along, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Do you like that one, or do you like this one? Draisaitl, Nuge, Podkolzin, Bush, and Ekholm. Because I don't really like any other forward on there.
Yeah, fair.
See you later.
Bye, Bootskis. The best.
So which one do we like? So that one you'd have Draisaitl, and then you'd have Nuge. Podkolzin would be your net front guy. Bush and Ekholm back at the point.
Yeah. Okay, now that I can look at
so
these.
you have to pick one of these.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I do.
Really? I have an answer.
You going with McDavid?
Oh, yeah. I don't even think it's close, honestly.
You know, that's why I gave Bush to Draisaitl. So Draisaitl got 3 of the original 5.
Yeah.
Right? So McDavid only keeps Hyman and then gets 2 young guys in Wallman. I think this is as close as I could get to making.
I think so, too. I know what you mean. Yeah. I just like the McDavid-Howard stack, personally, because Howard's got he'd be in Leon's spot for sure. He can rip it from there. I like Savoy. I do. I imagine he'd be where Nuge is right now, if I'm not mistaken. And then Zach Hyman, who's just made a living off of being in the front for the last few years. Jake Wallman, it's no Bush bomb, but he can rip it.
He can rip it.
Yeah, he can absolutely rip it. So I just think whatever, and maybe it's the easy answer, but just whenever you have McDavid, that's the game changer, man. When he is out, the power play is off, and you can still have Draisaitl, Nuge, Bush, and Hyman, and then whoever you want, Podkolzin in the 5 there to polish off the 5. It's still McDavid has just such an impact on that power play. Such an impact. He is noticeably different.
I know, but I think Draisaitl, Nuge, Podkolzin, Bush, and Ekholm, I think I'd rather go with them.
Really?
I think I would.
Interesting.
I think Bush provides so much more than Wallman does on the power play that I think that makes the big difference.
But who's feeding it to Draisaitl?
Nuge.
It works every now and then, but it's not.
Nuge is feeding it to Draisaitl.
Yeah.
And then you got Podkolzin in front of the net. And then, I don't know, Ekholm, it's kind of weird. If they had another forward, I'd like to go with a 4-forward.
Yeah, I think maybe that's part of the reason. But, he's had time on the very limited time on the power play. But I don't know. I like the McDavid Hyman stack. I like Howard because, no disrespect to, Draisaitl, what he's able to do, obviously. But when Connor, a lot of those goals, I'd say more than half, it's not even close. They're wide open. And it's because Connor just takes so many people, the opposition, it just draws them in, and it's a wide open net. So I think Howard would be able to pot in quite a few of those as well. So I'm going with PP1 personally.
Jamming 33 says, what about Cappy on PP2 instead of Ekholm? Jamming, I will say this, not just because you brought it up. When I was going through the forwards last night, I think this time last year we would have been give Frederick a try. Yes. But I was going, if anybody is going to be the forward that's out there instead of Ekholm, it probably would be Kapanen.
Yeah, I think so. That is fair. But I'm excited. You know what? That's actually one player that I haven't really talked about at all this summer is Kasperi Kapanen. What do you think, Nasties? What kind of season? Being back reunited with good old Mike Babcock. I think he had his, a pretty solid year.
Season with him as a young guy.
Yeah. He was buzzing, man. When he first came into the league, I was like, wow, of course the Leafs get this guy. And then he kind of, I don't really know what happened after that when he went to Pittsburgh, but I'm excited to see Kapanen as well.
All right, let's see here. Rod Z says PPB. That would be the second one. K Gill says swap Savoy with the Nuge. So the Nuge goes there, plays the left side. Hyman's in the middle. Savoy's on the right side with Buckholz. I don't know. I think this is as even
I think
are.
so. Yeah, because that would make it. That would make it stat or
would then you're
putting
McDavid with the majority of the first unit, which I think if you're looking at McDavid and Draisaitl, Draisaitl gets the majority of the first unit there. Spruce Gold Corey says another forward. Could I interest you in a Trent Frederick on PP? No, I don't think so. Mind you, Bowman might want it. Like Bowman's been pushing for.
Yeah, big minutes.
Mentioned him.
Big minutes. Get him in the mix
a little bit more. All right, so there you go. That's us dropping the hammer for hammer injury law. Let's get into our numbers game segment.
That was good.
This came up a little bit earlier on today. I found this at Sportsnet. It is the under 25 Team Canada. If they were to do it today. This came out today. They released this today. I don't know who did it. But they've got Canada's under 25 team. And there is an Edmonton Oiler on it. And Trev and I are in the office today, and I said, "Hey, they put out this Sportsnet put out this list, and you said Savoy, then you said Podkolzin, and forgot that it was Canada list.
Yeah, that was tough luck.
That wasn't a great look for you. And then you sort of sat there and was like, Bush isn't under 25.
I would have got there eventually.
Devin Levi. Which
Levi.
I think is a good thing for Devin Levi. Also a little concerning that Canadian goaltending under 25 is not necessarily overly strong right now.
Yeah.
But the three goalies are Sebastian Cossa, who we thought the Oilers were going to be after, Devin Levi, who they ended up getting, and then Ivan Kovic, who's coming off like the World Junior time, and he's younger. He's only 19 years old. He was at the Holinka I called a couple of years ago, actually. Kind of similar to these other guys. Not like an overly big goalie. Like,
yeah.
I mean, not Kosa's a giant, but I'm talking about with Devin Levi and some of those other guys who've been on the World Junior team and just haven't sort of taken that next step. So those are the three goalies. The rest of the team looks a little something like this. Celebrini between Gunther. They even did lines. Celebrini between Gunther and Byfield. Wyatt Johnston with Stankoven and Lafreniere. Connor Bedard, third line center.
Crazy.
Seth Jarvis and Dylan Holloway.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
24, so he still makes a list. And then Dawson Mercer with Fantilli and Bennett Seneca. I'd actually have Seneca ahead of Jarvis. I think Seneca's a stud.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like Dawson Mercer, I'm sorry. Like I'm throwing in Zach Benson in there all day over Dawson Mercer. Not even close.
Oh, yeah, that's a good name that's not in.
That was the only one that I was like, what? Like I was looking for him. Like, where's Benson? Where's Benson? Oh, no Benson.
And their extras are Porter Martone, who burst onto the scene last year.
Point per game player to finish off the season for Philly.
And then Gavin McKenna. And then on the back end, Matthew Schaefer, Jamie Drysdale, Owen Power, Brant Clark. Feels like Owen Power's been around forever, but he kind of has, right? He's played like half a decade already.
Yeah.
Owen Power, Brant Clark, Zellweger, and Denton Matejchuk, and then Zane Perek and Braden Schneider. And then, like we said, Levi Kosa and Ivan Kovic between the pipes.
I got two hot takes. Can I say this?
Okay, and I got another note on the Oilers goaltending situation too. Go ahead, give me your take.
I don't even know if maybe it is. Well, what are your thoughts on this? Zane Perek for the next Olympics. He's a lock on that team, and so is Zach Benson. Those are my locks.
I don't mind the Benson one.
He's like the next coming of Brad Marchand.
So on the next Olympic team, you're saying they will skip Benson. I totally get. Yeah. You need a guy like him on those teams.
Yeah.
You're thinking on the next Olympic team they skip Bush as a right shot.
I don't know. I think
and go to Perek.
No, I think they'll both be on there.
Don't you feel like it's like the same thing again? Like we just talked about with like they have a car, you don't need Bush.
I want more offense. I want more skill.
I think Perek's got a long way to go.
Really?
I don't know if he's a top 6 Canadian defenseman.
Really?
Yeah. No,
interesting.
I looked and
I'm big on Zane Perek.
Watched a few of their games, called the one game. And the game that I called, you just
I
watch
guess
a
you
game.
got a front row.
You watch a game differently when you call it.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I was excited to call a game with him in it. I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's the real deal. We see him at before, and he shied away like he was diving out of the way of contact.
That's
like
the one thing.
Not taking a hit to make plays.
When was this? Was this
It
year?
was this
oh,
season.
Ottawa. And,
it was the
yeah,
Ottawa
that's right.
game I did. Like I left that game going, oh, you can tell Breck's got a ton of talent.
Yeah.
But
he shies away.
I also watched it and was like, that guy's got a long way to go to being a guy that Calgary can rely on to play 23 minutes a night.
That was his biggest knock going into the season, and he got injured really early on into the season, which I can't help but think every time he had the puck, he was just like, oh, kind of crapping his pants because he's like significantly, like he's got a solid frame, like height, like he's a decent size, but he's like thin very,
frame,
very thin.
Thin frame, yeah.
And he was getting bullied. I forget who it was, but it was like early November. He was out for several months, and then so I think there's a little bit of that, but you're right. He does. The offense is there. The talent is there. He definitely needs to bulk up, though, if he wants to.
So I think it may take a little while.
Okay.
I agree with you on the Benson take, though.
Oh, yeah.
This was a quick little Oilers note. I did my Juan Rincon Hockey League draft on Saturday.
Yes.
Who do you think was the first Oilers goaltender taken?
Devin Levi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised me a little bit. No, it's a keeper league. I don't know if the guy who took him is expecting him to be like the Oilers' #1 guy who plays 50 games by next year. If Freddie Anderson's only on he's on a 1 year,
right.
Maybe that's it. So I guess it kind of
more
makes
and more
sense.
I'm thinking about it, man. Like I don't know. Like I've said this before, but I'm very optimistic with a lot of players. But like just going into, say like February, March, where are they? Like who's got the crease then? I just keep on going into the future, and I'm like,
it's impossible to
I
tell.
don't know. I really don't know. I'm like, could Tristan Jarry snap out of it? Maybe. Could Freddie Anderson come in here and steal the show? Maybe. Could Devin Levi just all of a sudden didn't get the time that maybe he wanted or something like that? I don't know, but there really is like it's impossible to say who will be the Oilers netminder come March. But Devin Levi, I don't mind that pick. Like if I was a betting man, maybe I'd lean Levi. I don't know, honestly. But going back to the state of Canadian goaltending right now, that's not as good as it once was, Dusty.
It's a little bit different than the days when they had Patrick Waugh, Marty Brodeur, and Curtis Joseph on an Olympic team roster.
Yeah, like what happened, man? I know we asked that to Gager, like the videos. No one.
I honestly think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, like you see all these cool when was the last time you saw like cool like a young guy?
Somebody needs to do a glove save only TikTok
highlight. Yeah,
it's just glove saves.
Oh my gosh!
Because being a goalie used to be the coolest thing ever. Even Tammy, because the Muzz is becoming a goalie.
Yeah,
she was like looking at goalie stuff with the Muzz the other day, and we were sitting at the rink watching some hockey last week, and she said to me, she goes, man, goalies get cool stuff, like picking out the stuff that you want, the colors. Like it was when I was a goalie, like getting new goalie equipment was the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah,
and that was one of the main reasons you wanted to be a goalie.
Yeah,
you idolized Patrick Waugh or Dominic Hasek or whoever it was back in the day, and that's why you wanted to be a goalie.
Right.
And I would be curious to see how many goalies, like who's the goalie now that they all want to be. Vasilevsky,
yeah.
Like who's the goalie? If you are a parent of a goalie, please text in and let us know who your kid wants to be. Or are they goalies who just watch McDavid highlights all the time anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. Just for reference, you look at America, their best American goalies under 25 right now. Dustin Wolf, who's going to be wicked. He is so fun to watch. Spencer Knight, Jacob Fowler, just to name a few. But like those guys are substantially better.
I drafted Jacob Fowler in our prospect draft.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday, yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I drafted because I have Jake Ottinger in that league, and then I didn't have any free agent picks that I was going to use on goalies, so I drafted Fowler and I drafted that Murashoff in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully one of those guys. Mind you, the Habs are pretty deep there with Dobish. They'll eventually move off of Montembeau, but let's see here. Saskatoon Muncher says, my nephew wants to be a goalie, and every person he tells, they look at his dad and say, oh, no. And I keep saying, don't say that. We need goalies for the 2045 Olympics here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I should have been a goalie, Dusty.
Like 83 runner says Turco, Smith, Belfour, Potvin, Carey Price. Yeah, when you were a kid, Felix Potvin was probably the coolest looking player. Or when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Felix Potvin was probably the coolest looking player in the entire league. His nickname was the Cat. He had a cool looking mask. the way he played, like stylistically, you're like, damn, this guy's kind of different than a lot that we've ever seen.
Well, that's
Felix
cool.
Potvin flies under the radar, but Felix Potvin
This guy.
he was cool,
I
man.
even like the name.
He was like Luongo before Luongo.
Okay.
Like just with the way that he sort of played, like
Yeah. I love the name, even just Felix Potvin.
yeah, Felix the Cat, man.
That's
He
a good
was always. I hated the Leafs, but I always had this weird sort of like respect for Felix Potvin. I don't know. And he also beat the hell out of Ron Hextall one time,
Really?
which
That says a lot.
nobody beat the hell out of Ron Hextall. But if you have time today, and I've talked about it on the show for almost 2 decades now, if you have time, go watch Hextall versus Potvin. It's
That's
an
a good
incredible
one.
call, and
Okay.
it's one of the best goalies. It's a top. I would say it's top. I don't want to be like too over the top here. It's at worst a top 5 goalie fight of all time. It's my favorite goalie fight of all time, and it would be a top 3 goalie fight of all time.
Okay, so you mentioned this. This is actually, I'm so pumped to ask you this. Earlier today, like a walk-off field goal, like you called that. Like
Yeah,
that's
that was
up there.
cool.
As far as things that you've called, what are like the best things? Like
Walk-off field goal is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a top 5-er. At Spengler Cup, I did a shootout for a championship that went 8 rounds.
okay, so that's pretty.
That
good.
was pretty cool. As lame as it is to win a championship in a shootout,
That's the
the
suspense.
actual broadcasting
Yeah.
of a shootout to win a championship is awesome.
Okay.
So I would put that up there.
A return. Football as
yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah.
You,
Good one.
You say
Kick return.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say I'd probably go. I would probably go. Actually, I might go kick return first.
Yeah, I think I've heard you say that
a
before.
kick return touchdown is my favorite thing to call.
So now I question you this.
Yes, go ahead.
What if you called a goalie fight? Would that trump that?
I've called one goalie fight.
Also, you have.
It was in Fort McMurray, and it was the Oil Barons playing. They were the St. Albert Steel at the time. They wore these like purple and white jerseys,
Cool name.
and it was the Oil Barons goalie's name was Steven Legato, and I cannot remember who the Steel goalie was at the time, but the Oil Barons at the time had this big tough kid. He was only like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. He was an ass kicker. His name was I think Ben Lauder,
Okay.
maybe a tough kid, and he would fight everybody all the time. So he was fighting somebody behind the net, and in Fort McMurray, the broadcast booth was like right up in the corner. So I was up in the corner of the stadium, and the Fort Mac, I think hopefully they still do, but they used to get awesome crowds. So it was like 2,500 in there for an AJHL game. Place was packed. It might have even been a playoff game. I don't know if it was a playoff game, but the place was packed to the point where there was people standing like below the broadcast booth. And I'm sitting there and I'm calling this Ben Lauder fight down in behind the net. And then my color guy kind of taps me on the shoulder, and I turn and look, and the 2 goalies are skating to center ice. And I was just like, and I was probably, what was I? I was like 25 or 26 years old at the time. And I remember I wish I would have saved that audio. I was losing, and it was a good goalie
You're
fight.
just throwing pens and paper.
Like, lack of better term, I was losing my shit.
Really?
Like, and to the point where I'm hanging out of the broadcast booth, and the color guy's got like the back of my jacket holding on to me like this, and I'm just like,
You're both shaking.
and like the people underneath the little press box are like looking up, and I'm over them, probably just spitting all over them. It was
just like a dog.
It was.
What's that guy's problem up there?
It was so good.
That is good, man. I really well. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it was. That was very cool. That's why, like, when Jack got to call Smith and Talbot
yeah,
in the Battle of Alberta,
yeah,
I don't think that you could have a better situation
probably not
than calling a goalie fight. Goalie fight would be right up there too.
I was gonna say, like, if in that setting, like, that's got to be up there.
That
sure.
would have to be.
I love the.
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
How do you like? Is that just off the cuff? Like, do you train for that at all? Is that just practice? Like, even for like Kelowna, because like.
Well, the Kelowna one, quickly on the Kelowna one. So in Kelowna, we had like the most fights in the Memorial Cup in like 15 years.
I tuned in just to watch the fights.
And I remember the first one because I was doing Golden Bears games. Like I didn't get to call a fight for like 10 years. Yeah. Spengler Cup, there's no fights. So I'd gone like
that's what I was saying
15 years without calling a hockey fight. And I remember at the Memorial Cup this year, And I think there was one in the WHL final I got by the Memorial Cup this year. It was a pretty good scrap too. And they started going. And I was upstairs and Frankie Corrado was down between the benches. And this was like the first game that Frankie and I had ever done.
Yeah.
And I ended up like, Frankie is awesome. I hope to work with him a lot more in the future. He's a beauty. But I'm like going at it.
Yeah.
And then like partway through, he starts talking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, what are you doing?
I know.
I'm calling a fight right now.
That's so fun.
So
was
then
that not the first fight?
That was the very first fight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was
he,
like,
he finished, he stopped talking, then I picked it up and took it home. And then after, I didn't say anything, but I think somebody else might have said something. It was just like, hey, if Dusty's calling a fight, just don't.
I noticed. Yeah.
And then so then there was a fight the next game, and that one, and like I said, Frankie and I have become pretty good buddies. Like,
yeah.
But that one, I literally did not breathe once because I was like, there's no way you're getting in here. Like, I'm not even pausing for a second. I was just
You're like Eminem.
here we go.
Yeah, I noticed that too because I was watching on TSN. I was just like, oh, let's go, Dusty. And then he chimes in. I'm like, that's a first. I've never heard that before or seen that before. But you crushed it.
It was fun. I think on the Calgary broadcast, if there's any Calgary fans listening, I think on the Calgary broadcast back in the day, when it would like on the radio broadcast, when there was a fight, I don't know if it was Peter Marr. I think it might have been. I thought there was a situation. Somebody will correct me. I thought it was like the guy calling the game would be like, "Oh, there's a fight," and he didn't like calling fights. So Rob Kerr would like stay up there, and if there's a fight, Rob Kerr would just step in and call the fight. I don't know. I don't know why. I had to have heard that somewhere because I wouldn't have just come up with that on the spot. But that was.
He's just sitting there. He's just like, "Give it to me."
Yeah,
give it to me. Come on.
That was the one.
That's cool, man.
Max Bazuzu says, if Dusty had one wish, would he use it so that he calls LeBron's Game 7 chase down block?
Yeah.
No, because I think that one was called very well.
Yeah, that was good.
Like, that one, I don't think, block by James. Like, that
was good.
I don't think you could have.
You know how many times I heard that in that game? Pretty sure like 3 times. Blocked by James.
Oh, yeah.
Blocked by James. Like early on in the game.
He was pretty good.
He was blocking everything there.
Biggest defensive play in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All
right. Well, this was a fun oil stream today. I don't know if Benny's kicking around back in the studio there.
Oh, that sounds like Benny.
Hey, Benny. What's up, buddy?
Oh, nothing much. We have a great show coming up. I mean, Zachary Kubish is hosting ESC Afternoon. So, I mean, if there's any entertainment there, it'll be great because it'll be a great show. So we have you stopping in. We got we have a Browns guest to talk about Deshaun Watson starting out in Cleveland. Obviously recapping the Elks game, looking towards the Jays, all that fun stuff in the EST Afternoon.
All right, so that's coming up on EST Afternoons. It's been a good time here at Boston Pizza. Thanks to Cody and the crew at Capilano BPs. Look at the people out there having a patio lunch.
Yeah,
it's kind of a chilly day, but
cleared up a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty cold when I got here. You're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, I am. A good choice on the hoodie.
All right, we will we'll probably pick up some of these Oilers conversations tomorrow on off-season, what off-season, on the Nielson show, but it's been a lot of fun. EST Afternoons on the way. The Reed Wilkins show with Reed and Benny and Brendan.
Glue Guy.
What did I say? Reed? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Glue Guy, Benny and Brendan. They'll be along from 3 until 6 today on TuneIn and iHeart as well. For YouTube, Trev, I'm Dustin Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us. Conversation will continue tomorrow, 6 o'clock on the Nielson show. Stick around for EST Afternoons. That is on the way next.